I recall a trip I took with the Schuler Scholar Program to the National Mexican Museum of Art. Around this time, the museum's theme was El Día de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. I remember being impressed with the displays, but more so impressed by the stories behind each one. Many displays honor the death of a person. I saw one with many desks, and this one spoke to the violence in the streets that kills innocent children every day. Then, there was this particular one not about any particular person, but one that will remain vivid in my mind, detail by detail. I closed my eyes, right there, right then, in front of that exhibit. Then I recalled the moment that changed my life forever. It all began with the trip to Southern California, a visit to the Claremont colleges. I remember the excitement I felt inside when I first stepped foot on Pittsburgh's college ground. The campus was beautiful, palm trees everywhere. I was in love not only with the beauty of its natural surroundings, but with everything else it had to offer. This is my school, my future school, my dream school, I said. Early that October, just before the trip to the museum, I applied to Pittsburgh's diversity program and was accepted. I was thrilled by the idea that I was going back to California, where my dream school was. But as I was ready to fax that paper in my hand, my Schuler counselor called me into his office and said, "I received a call from Pittsburgh," but I interrupted immediately by saying, "Don't worry, Rob. I signed the paper already. They'll know I'm going as soon as I fax it." He stood there silent and just looked at me, then said, "You can't go anymore. They said you could attend the program if you wish, since you were accepted already. But if you decide to apply for admission, they would not even read your application. They were not aware of your citizenship status, and this year, they are not accepting any undocumented students." At that moment, I was speechless. My first impression was, no, maybe you spoke to the wrong person. Maybe you didn't hear them right. Maybe if I go to the program, they'll see how much potential I have and make an exception. Maybe that's all that went through my head. Maybe. He looked at me again and cried, gave me a hug, and within a matter of seconds, my heart broke into millions of pieces. The ache, the anger, the disappointment, the pain wasn't like anything I had ever experienced in my entire life. "That's my dream school," I said. "Why, Rob? Why? Why me? I work hard, I volunteer, I'm involved. Why can't I go? Why do they need me to have a paper that says I'm a U.S. citizen? What difference does it make, Rob? Why is life unfair, Rob? Why?" He hugged me even harder and said, "Sweetie, I know. But remember this experience, because this is just the beginning of the many heartbreaks you will have to overcome. Just the beginning." And he was right. Many colleges abide by the same regulations as Pittsburgh. They either rejected me or gave me no funding simply because I was undocumented. After that, I was aware that I was no longer that young girl who had nothing to worry about. I was a scholar aware of the struggles life was to place upon me. As I opened my eyes after recalling this painful story in front of that exhibit, it all made sense. The desk in the middle of the floor, all surrounded with stacks of books, diplomas, certificates, medals, picture frames with lots and lots of students wearing graduation gowns. So many picture frames that I bothered not to count. I looked at all of them and then wondered why my picture was in there. Mi sueño también había muerto. My dream had also died. Sueños muertos, that was the name of that exhibit. Dead dreams. Now, when I recall the visit to the Museum of Mexican Art in Chicago, I can still remember that emotion. Except now, I've realized that things happen for a reason, and that everything I have been through, every tear that I've cried, has made me who I am, has brought me to where I am. Beloit College, the college that valued me as an individual, that read beyond my citizenship status. They saw my leadership abilities, my potential, valued my hard work and achievements, valued my story.
One last point I want to make on the immigration issue, because we may be moving to different topics. Something that we can do immediately that I think is very important is to pass the DREAM Act, which allows children who, through no fault of their own, are here but have essentially grown up as Americans, allow them the opportunity for higher education. I do not want two classes of citizens in this country. I want everybody to prosper. That's going to be a top priority.